Yo, what's up guys? So this is kind of a pre-intro to the intro. Just want to say, if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, please smack it a like. It did take a while for this video to be made. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, really appreciate the like, and I'll let you guys get on with the video. See you guys later. Take care. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a different kind of video. Yes, I said different kind of video just because it seems to be my catchphrase at the moment, or my standard intro. So we have 17 years old LeBron James on the Bulls in 1984. So we have just basically taken out Jordan and replaced him with LeBron, and we'll just see what will happen. So, fun fact, I actually recorded this video. It took me like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, and the file corrupted. So we're back here again. So it's yeah, a little scary, you know, thinking that it could happen again, but we'll just live with it. So obviously, there are a few issues with this save in terms of, obviously, Grizzlies didn't exist, Heat didn't exist, and the Hornets and other teams didn't exist in 1984. So what we're basically going to have to do, obviously, the first season, they're not really going to do anything. And then, depending on how draft picks and things go, it will slowly develop into teams. Now, there's nothing really I can do about that. I wish I could remove the teams, but unfortunately I can't. So after around 1986, and so on, we're just going to have 30 teams competing in the NBA. So you could argue that it's more competition for LeBron. Alright guys, I'm going to start with simming the first season. I will say, actually, looking at the coaching lineup, well, LeBron's actually starting now. So at the start of the last save, LeBron didn't actually start. It was Woolridge, and LeBron was sixth man. So yeah, I guess he's starting now. So that's a little different, I guess. All right, we're into the first All-Star appearance, and LeBron's actually in there. It does say 3-time All-Star, because if I just go to LeBron, in its awards, as you can see, so basically how you can do this yourself if you want to do it. You load up a 1984 save, and then once you import his player DNA, you still have all of Jordan's rewards or awards, but you can, obviously it's still LeBron, you can still just basically do everything else. You just have a couple of those all-star stuff. So yeah, we'll see you guys at the end of the season. Alright, we have the first MVP of this save, Magic Johnson, almost averaging a triple-double. This Rookie of the Year stat seems to be just broken when you import the, what's it called? The pre-made draft classes, so that's a little annoying. Michael Ray Richardson actually getting Defensive Player of the Year. Jim Thomas and Coach of the Year. So, in my first save, the Rockets went 70... What did they go? 76-6, I believe they went, which... Look at that, LeBron All-NBA first already. 36 points this man averaged. And they still went 33-49. So, wow, that's... Wow. Where did the Rockets... where did the Bulls finish? That's what, 10th? Yeah, 10th. Look at that gap between 9th and 10th. That's... Look at the gap between... I mean, I guess these four don't have a team, but it's still funny. Alright, the Portland Trailblazers end up taking home the NBA championship. Barkley almost getting his first ring. Fun fact, in the last save, he actually did get his first ring. And that's the last I'm going to speak about the last save. Alright, guys, I shall see you guys at the start of Season 2. Alright, we have a 90 overall, 18 years old LeBron James. Is going to be well interesting to see how he does in this second season. So I shall see you guys at the end of this season. All right, the end of season 2. Magic Johnson once again gets MVP. Pat Cummings to get 6th man of the year. Mark Eaton 9.6. Oh my God, I cannot speak. 15 rebounds for the big man. And 65 and 17 for Terry Stotts? Stotts, yeah. All NBA first. LeBron is nowhere to be seen. He is in All NBA second, though, so at least he's in one of them. Yeah, quite an average LeBron season. It wasn't special, but it wasn't wasn't poor by any standards. Let's have a look where they finished. They finished 9th by 6 wins. So again, not ideal. Some of these teams are slowly starting to ramp up. Right, let's just simulate these and see who comes out on top. Boston finished 2nd. The Lakers finished 3rd. Yo, Milwaukee just came back 3-0 and beat Boston. That's quite special. And the Wizards and the Warriors. And the Warriors take it home in Game 7. 54 points. God damn, if there's any time to score that many points, it will be in Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Alright guys, we're just gonna, 19 years old, 91 overall for LeBron. We're just gonna, just simulate into the next season. Alright guys, we have a 19 years old, 94 overall LeBron, and I just noticed we have Manute Bol actually playing for Chicago as well. So that's it's a bit of an interesting one. LeBron is on his last 2 years of his contract as well, so we'll be seeing if he actually does stay with Chicago or if he bounces. So we'll just see what happens. Also, guys, this is the draft class that Scottie Pippen is in. I don't think he's gonna go to Chicago this time around, but it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. Alright guys, Magic gets his MVP once again. How many MVPs is this? Also, Larry Bird is just nowhere to be seen. The Magic has signed a new contract extension. So he's won 3 of the past 3. Which is... That's just nuts. Literally won all 3 of them. LeBron's nowhere to be found in the All-NBA first. He is in the All-NBA second, however. He's on a bit of an iffy one, is LeBron. He would like to re-sign with the Bulls, however. That's a low points per... That's just low in general for LeBron. What's his minutes? He played more minutes, and he's just not doing anything. That's quite disappointing for LeBron, LeBron's standards. Not in the playoffs once again. Let's see where they finish. They did get 37 wins, so where does that put them? Puts them 10th, so still not anywhere decent to get a decent draft pick. So I don't know. It's should he stay with the Bulls? I mean, I don't think so, but I mean, you just have to wait and see. Boston gets through New York. Boston in the conference finals. Boston are in the finals and get knocked out by the Spurs. Bit disappointing at the moment, but hopefully LeBron can actually pick it up. He's doing well, in terms of All-Stars and All-NBAs, but he's just not doing well to get into the playoffs. So hopefully he actually gets there. So I'll see you guys at the end of next season. Alright guys, so the Bulls have made some moves. They have got Isaiah Thomas, 99 overall. He is now a Chicago Bull. This just got very interesting. Very, very... Can I see the... Look at that. Number 1 in the power rankings. Yo, that's a move right there. I mean, if you want to get LeBron help, that's one way to do it. So this season shall be interesting. Let's just see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so they started off incredible. They went 12-1. Another 22-10. But if I show you these standings, look at this. This is insane. 42 points for LeBron and 38 for Isaiah Thomas. And what I don't get is they went 11-1. At the start, another 22-10. So I don't know how they slipped up. They've played all of their games. They're not even first in the East, which is it's insane in itself. Look at the Wizards team. That starting 5 is insane. But yeah, I don't know how they started off so well and then they just took all these L's somehow, and I'm still confused as to why. But this playoffs is going to be interesting. All right, so LeBron ended up being captain, and he did actually pick Isaiah Thomas. So it's not LeBron is already choosing to be is already chosen to be a captain over Larry Bird. Like that's quite. So they're currently 34-14. Let's just go show the award races. LeBron, Isaiah are leading the race. I don't know how. It's just 299 overalls just are destroying the league. I say the league. They are 34-14. They're still second to Washington, so that could be an interesting Western Conference Finals if it gets to it. Western Conference? Eastern Conference. Alright guys, LeBron gets his first MVP. 41 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. That's quite something special. And somehow the Bulls GM doesn't get Coach of the Year. That's an odd one. But yeah, Isaiah and LeBron both get into the first team. Fun fact: he's actually out for 2 to 4 weeks, so he might be So he is missing the first round, depending on if they get through. They might get it. Karl Malone is on the Pelicans, so that's something. But yeah, it's just and LeBron has signed a 5-year extension with the Bulls, so you have at least 3 years of competency, we'll say. So the Bulls, they're up against the Knicks. Let's have a look at the Knicks roster. Let's see if LeBron could do it by himself. I mean, it's a decent role squad, we'll say. Actually, they point guard. They need a point guard. So if Isaiah was in there, he would feast on that point guard. But let's see what happens. So they take game 1. Oh my God, what is happening? Alright. It seems like the first 2 games Isaiah wasn't there. And then Isaiah came back. Oh, here we go. There's the conference finals we wanted. Oh, they make it through and what's gonna happen? No, the Pelicans. The Pelicans take it home. Karl Malone with the Pelicans take home the NBA championship. LeBron so close. They scored 49 points in the final game. And then everyone else did terribly. Imagine this stat line. 49 points for the 2 star players. And then nothing. Oh my God. That's insane. That stat line is nuts. How they, aside from them, do nothing. I feel like a game 7 Pelicans. Look at that, just scoring from everywhere. I want to see game 7 for this. Look at that, 6 points in it. Just LeBron and Isaiah doing all the work. God, that was insane. I still can't get over this stat line. It's absolutely nuts. But, I mean, LeBron has got some help for the next 2 years, so I think he will be in the finals again. Will he win? We'll just have to wait and see. Alright guys, we're into the next season, and look at this starting 5. It's very much, title worthy. It should win a championship. How long are these guys together for? He's there 3 years. LeBron's there another 3 years. Isaiah's there for 4, 3, and another 3. So really, they should get a championship in those 3 years. Are they all Chicago? Yeah, so they've all played with each other. Obviously, 1 season. Isaiah is at shooting guard, which I think makes the most sense. Apart from that, it's kind of just they don't really have a lot of depth. I mean, they have big man depth, I guess, but apart from that, not really. Oh God. I have CPU do it. All right, guys. So I shall see you guys at I shall see you guys in the future. As you can see, pretty stacked. Pretty stacked draft class. Sean Kemp's down in 8th for some reason, but there we go. Alright guys, so we're currently 38-5, so it's going well for the team. I think we'll just say that. One thing I want to see. So award races, they're leading. No real surprise there. Patrick Ewing was with the Heat as well. He got drafted to the Heat last game, and he's with them again. So LeBron is just killing it in votes. It's quite funny. well, LeBron and Isaiah are killing it in votes. It's actually rather close, which is rather. I mean, it's kind of surprising, but not really. So let's look at these season stats. As you can see, they are just killing it. Everyone's just. They're doing a good job. They're doing it 38-5. You have to be doing. So look at the player stats as well. Just overall, they're actually scoring now, which is a bit of their downfall last time. Let's have like the standing. Yeah, so the Wizards are actually nowhere to be found. They're in 6th, so they're doing okay. Look at the Pelicans though, 40-4. Mark Price, Dantley, Karl Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon. Yo, Hakeem's left. Toronto. The Raptors. Don't know why I said Toronto, but it's shaping up to be a good finals again. All right, LeBron gets another MVP. I say another. It's his second, I believe. Is it his second? Yeah, second MVP. His stats are insane. Still only 68% from free throw, so still needs to work on that. Anyone? Ralph Sampson, defense. Look at those stats. They're insane. And he's on the Mavericks. Did the Rockets just lose everyone? But yeah, Isaiah and LeBron both make the Chicago Bulls as well. Are the Rockets even here? What has happened to the Rockets? Rockets. They've lost everyone. They lost their 2 top centers. So yeah, Ralph's doing rather well. 3 defensive player of the years in a row. So he's doing okay. And I can't remember where Hakeem has gone. So it's I imagine he's in the top players. Where's Hakeem? Oh, he's with the Pelicans. Yo, the Pelicans have an insane team. That they just have they have a crazy team. So look at the league standings, obviously. So they finished first. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward. I hope these two match in the finals again. Let's just do it. I really hope these match in the finals. I think if Chicago make it through and the Pelicans don't, I think Chicago might have this in the bag. But they sweep the Orlando Magic. And the Pelicans get through. Chicago against the Heat. They sweep the Heat. And the Pelicans make it through. Oh my god. Oh my god. And the Pelicans take it down again. Karl Malone getting a finals MVP once again. The scoring was at least, look at that, 1 point in the game again. That's, God, I look forward to this rivalry. This rivalry is going to be, all right, guys, we go again. Very, very fun. On Isaiah Woolridge Daily. Isaiah's on his last year of his contract. He does have a player option. I think he will take it. What will he do? I mean, he feels satisfied with how things are going. What's LeBron thinking? Tolerable. Ooh. Ooh. Content. I mean, few of these players are still on their 1-year contracts, so it's going to be interesting to see how this Bulls team just does in general. So, I shall see you guys at the end of this season, or if something interesting happens, obviously. Alright, so Magic actually gets the MVP this season. No real, his stat line is insane. So, yep, no arguments from me. Ralph Sampson, 25 points, 19 rebounds, just some insane numbers. And I think that's the Bulls. I think he is. So Isaiah Thomas actually isn't on here. He's not any of these. So we have to go see what happened. What's he thinking? He's happy when winning games. Okay. It's always good. He's been playing games. How many games did he play? That's always a good. It's always a good judge of how many games did he play. Okay, so he got injured for almost half the season. So say almost half. It's like 13 games above half the season. So that's, I don't know. That's still, he still performed well while he was in there. But it did go with half the season. 30 games. We'll say 30 games without him. So LeBron was, I say on his own, but he has a decent team around him. So it's alright. So the Pelicans actually finished second, and OKC are in first. What's OKC's team look? Oh, Larry Bird, Tom Chamber. Oh, okay, that's a duo. That's a very, very strong duo. Mr. Bird has left the Celtics and is now with OKC. Look at how long he was with the Celtics. Some crazy, crazy stuff. Wait, I thought he traded him. I thought... But we're here with the playoffs again. Chicago against Indiana. They take game 1. Chicago take game 2. I'm going to stop commentating like this. New Orleans have taken their matchup. That's the word I was looking for. Chicago are through. They put aside and they win an NBA championship. LeBron is 1-2, I think. Is it 1-2? Because he lost the last 2. So the Pelicans actually went out to the Spurs. So that's a little interesting. But LeBron has finally got an NBA championship. After coming up short twice in a row, he's finally in there and won a championship. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does next season. So I shall see you guys there. Alright, bit of a development in free agency. Quinton Daly's actually declined his player option, so he's going to be testing free agency just to see what he gets out of it. But Isaiah Thomas is going to be with them for at least one more season, depending on what he does. After that, is LeBron on his last season as well, or is he there? He's there for another year. Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see. So Woolridge is also on his last year with a player option. So depending on how this goes, we could be seeing the end of the Bulls as we see them in the next 2 years. It really, really depends. But I'm excited to see what will happen. Alright, so Quinton Daly went to the Knicks. So at least the Knicks have... At least we have something. What is his stats, actually? Yo, he's actually a 99 free throw. I feel like the Bulls could have done that with LeBron currently. Well, let's have a look at the Bulls roster anyway. LeBron and Isaiah are still there. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see what Isaiah does. What is he thinking? He wants to negotiate a new contract, so at least the Bulls have that going for them. So, whether he wants to, obviously, give them a new contract, it'll be interesting. LeBron is obviously 2 years left. Woolridge, 1 year with his player option, which, as we've seen, player options can't really go that well. But yeah, apart from that, we'll just look at the contract. Nope. He will re-sign. He's expecting $43 million, though. How's the... LeBron's still undecided. Oh, Woolridge is actually testing free agency. I don't know. Like, well, I imagine... Would he be playing sixth man? Let's have a look at the rotations. No, he's playing at the 4. So that's odd that he's testing free agency. Unless he just wants to leave. Like, I'm not really too sure. But I shall see you guys at the end of the season unless something exciting happens. Alright, LeBron got another MVP. That's 3 for the collection. What else is in here? Ralph Sampson, Defensive Player of the Year. He is solid. That's 5 he's won in a row, which is quite insane. Fun fact. Final year of his contract with a player option. And it says that... Where is it? Yeah. He's not against returning to the Mavericks, but he's going to see what he's worth. So, it's going to be interesting to see if Ralph Sampson's with them anymore. LeBron is in All-NBA first. So, once again, Isaiah Thomas did get injured throughout the season. So, once again, he is not in All-NBA or in the All-Star team. Once again, signing a massive contract and getting injured. So, maybe they're having a bit of... But let's just have a look at his games played. Less than last year. He's even started... Who started over him? That's quite confusing. Yeah, less games than last year, so maybe an incorrect decision by the Bulls. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. Their team looks like it's just getting worse and worse. LeBron has 2 years left. Does he have a player option or anything? Nope. Next season is his final season. What is he thinking about that? Chicago is where he belongs. Let's get a new contract signed once the season's over. So at least he wants to sign a new contract with them and stay there. 54 wins gets you 4th. How is he so low? Oh, it's not It's not that much in it, to be fair. Tom Chambers is with the 76ers? Oh, he's left OKC then. So that's interesting. Detroit, Tim Hardaway's on there. Danny Manning. Yo, this guy, 90 overall, drafted 18th. That's a good find for Detroit. So, I'm not feeling confident with them in this one. Oh, wait. Where are the Pelicans? They have just disappeared. What happened here? Karl Malone is still there. Hakeem Olajuwon is not. I think it was Hakeem anyway. All the players just blend into each other. Let's see if I can find where Mr. Hakeem Olajuwon is. Oh, he went to the Magic. That's all. I don't get these players moving because he was in a really good spot with the Magic. And what's the Magic's team currently? Yeah, I don't get that move. I really don't get that move. Like, the Pelicans team looked so much better with Karl Malone as well. I don't understand that move, but goddamn, untouchables. Yeah, that makes sense. Are they after Orlando? Or are they just trying to get him to sign another contract? Yeah, that looks like what they're doing. Alright, so I'm not... No, well, they are 3-0 against the Wizards, so there's... At least they have that. Alright, so Philly ended up getting... Tom Chambers in Philly ended up getting the Finals MVP, actually beating out the Chicago Bulls in the conference semifinals. Yeah, Tom Chambers is playing really well. Their team doesn't look that great, though, I'll be honest. Like, Tom Chambers looks incredible. But the rest of the team kind of looks... Like, it looks okay. But I don't know, LeBron and Isaiah they just didn't show up. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens this offseason. Alright, so there's going to be some moves, I think. Ralph Sampson saying that he doesn't want to come back to the Mavericks, potentially. So is Woolridge, and so is Kevin McHale. So this is going to be an interesting offseason, we'll say. Let's just go into free agency and see just who's offered what. Alright, so Sampson has 20 offers. Dominique's in here as well. Rodney McRae. Woolridge has none. 20 offers for Ralph Sampson. Let's go take a look at some of these. The Celtics, the Mavericks, and the Nuggets. Alright, we're at the start of the next season. Ralph Sampson's actually with the Boston Celtics. So that's a big pickup for the Boston Celtics. A 5-time in a row Defensive Player of the Year. Their roster is looking quite decent. The Bulls, however, they're looking quite Obviously, you have a 99 LeBron, so that's obviously something. But whether you'll be there too much longer, it says he wants to re-sign. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. So I shall see you guys at the end of this season, unless something interesting happens. Alright, so Magic gets another MVP. Terry Teagle gets 6th man with 23 points as the 6th man. That's not too bad. Ralph Sampson on the Boston Celtics doing mad work. What's that, his 6th? Yeah, so his 6th Defensive Player of the Year. Somehow only 5? How do you get Defensive Player of the Year and not in first team all defense? That makes just no sense. LeBron is in All NBA first once again. Isaiah is actually in All NBA second, so at least he's actually in there. Scottie Pippen's on the Grizzlies, so at least we know where he's at. Larry Bird is on the Thunder. Has he moved again? Or has he always been with the Thunder? Yeah, so he's been there. Anyone else that's kind of odd in here? Karl Malone's still on the Pelicans. No, not really. None that I can see. Isaiah Thomas on All NBA, all defense first. So Chicago finished first. Houston finished first in their respective conferences. Let's go have a look at these standings. We've got one game in between Chicago and Boston, so that's going to be interesting to see if they... Look at that, the Knicks doing work. That's what we like to see. Quinton is doing a bang-up job there. What did he average this season? Oh, it's pretty much what he did with the Bulls, really. He's just getting a lot of assists. So, how many assists has he got? Let's have a look. Assists. 8,000? It's John Stockton's assist record is just stupid. It's so stupid. It's insane how many assists he had. Alright, so 1-1, 2-1. New York sweeping Philadelphia. New York sweep the Bulls. Wow. And Toronto make it past New York. And Toronto sweep the NBA Finals. Who is in Toronto? I think they just have a lot of very good depth. I mean, James Worthy's in there. That's quite cool seeing James Worthy there. And Charles Barkley as well after he left Philly. Look at that. 1 year he was with Toronto and he's won the championship. Did he get $2 million for an 86 overall? And he won the title, so he's not doing too bad for himself, being a journeyman. Apart from that, how was this a sweep? I'm very confused. But oh well, you know what? It happened. So New York somehow sweeped. That's still so strange. All right, guys. I shall see you guys at the start of next season. All right, guys. So we're looking at the draft lottery, just because this is the draft class that has Shaq. So it looks like the Suns might be getting Shaq. Let's go have a look at the Suns team if this ever wants to load. Oh my god. Just please don't corrupt, please. Imagine slotting Shaq in that. Oh, Glenn Rice's contract's actually up. Well, he does have a team option, I suppose. That's gonna... Imagine slotting Shaq in that. That's gonna be quite interesting.